play, whatever. Fortunately, we have digital parenting expert Elizabeth Milovidov with us here in the studio today to give us some tips to help our kids and ourselves navigate all of this. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hello, Genie.
Always so great to have you on the set. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
So it's such a big issue for kids. All of this tech is a big issue, but particularly social media. I mean, so many kids are doing nonstop scrolling during vacation. This can often lead to problems of confidence, particularly when it comes to body image. What can parents do to help in regards to that?
Yeah, and social media has just become, I mean, everybody's talking about it, right? We had the U.S. Surgeon General who gave a label, a warning, and I think we have to remember there are positives of social media, being able to find communities, but the negatives can be really hardcore. So that sort of comparison and the unrealistic beauty standards, these are things that we really just don't want our children to have to navigate on a daily basis.
Right, indeed. And there's a lot of things that parents can do. For example, you can be mindful if you talk about body image. I mean, talk us through your top tips.
Yeah, for sure. So my top tips when parents are talking with their children is exactly that, being mindful when you're talking about social media, when you're talking about body image, being a good role model yourself, right? So as you're looking, you are not just looking at things and saying, oh my gosh, she's so skinny or this and that. Really be a role model. Remind them that, everyone's different, that they are just beautiful, and you're going to teach them as well about how to understand and what social media can do, how to use some critical thinking.
Indeed. And this is true not just for kids. I mean, it's also true for parents. I mean, I myself have gotten sucked into that constant scrolling thing. What are some tips you can give to all of us when it comes to digital wellness?
Yeah. So one of the things that I find fabulous is that the Digital Wellness Lab in the United States has come up with the 5 M's. And these 5 M's can be used for parents, for children, for families, and basically it's things like you want to mentor, so you want to show an example to your children. You want to teach them resilience. That's that mastery. There are just so many others. I'm trying to remember what the other 3 are. Mentoring, mastery, mindfulness. It's really just all about being aware, being in the moment, and looking at how the digital can take you to the next level.
Right. And there's also a lot of meaning. I mean, encouraging your child to develop a real relationship with technology that's kind of intentional and balanced.
Always. We're always looking for that responsible use, because that's what we have to deal with. With technology, it's happening. It's here, Genie. And so we're just trying to take it up another level to really help them with that mastery.
Okay, so I guess that brings me to my next question. I mean, technology is here. It's part of our world today. Some parents, though, have become very drastic and say, for example, kids, this summer, we're having a screen-free summer. Is that realistic?
Yes and no. I think you can do it if you plan ahead. I don't think it's realistic when you have older teens, but really you can do it. You have to plan out your activities. You have to kind of encourage other families to do it with you, to find other children, so that way you can kind of take some of the burden off of finding all these activities yourself. But there's nothing like having a little bit of break, and boredom is okay. Boredom is good. Kids can be more creative. They can find more confidence. So when your own children say, oh, I'm so bored this summer, it's okay. They don't need a screen to pacify them.
Indeed, they don't need a screen, but how important is it to give them, to point them in the direction toward other things, or should you let them figure it out?
Oh my goodness, you can do a bit of both. I think it's great, especially with the older children, if you let them pick their medicine, so to speak. But for the little ones, you might need to guide them, ask them their opinions. For everything that we're doing with our children, it's really great that we're involved and letting them be involved too.
Indeed. All right. And just to wrap up, lead by example. Again, I just want to come back to the idea of us as parents. What should we be doing? What would be the best thing for us to do for our kids?
Well, it's for us to be mindful with our own phones, right? And to not sit there and be on them all the time with the summer. It's really just looking at your devices, your computers, everything, and really being present with your family in the moment. Enjoy the summer.
All right. Enjoy the summer. That is well heard. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming in. And don't forget, if you want to get your